about toxic parenting. There are so many things in life that are beyond a child's control. That's why children depend on parents for caregiving, love, and safety. Sadly, some parents, no judgment, but they struggle with some damaging behaviors which are called toxic behaviors, which have a long lasting damaging effect. Let's take a look at some examples of toxic parenting and then talk about how to make positive changes. Number one, don't shame your child. An example of toxic parenting would be taunting your child about bad grades or school performance in front of others. The toxicity in this example has twofold effects. First, your child will feel disheartened, discouraged, and will feel demeaned in front of others. How do we correct this? We need to use empathy to help our children understand that their behavior needs correction, and this can be done with love and respect. We need to make sure that we don't shame our children. As long as we understand that shaming, insulting, demeaning are very, very hurtful to the child and to your relationship. We need to show unconditional love and respect to our children. An example of supportive parenting could be, in the example that I just shared, you could wait till your child is in person, is in private, and you can have that conversation not by snapping at your child in front of others, rather being less overcritical but more supportive when there is a weak moment that your child is experiencing. Second, allow your child to express his feelings. An example of toxic parenting could be not including kids in a decision, telling them, I wasn't asking for your opinion, I'm the parent, I know it all. You'll go where I tell you to, I will decide. Talk about shutting down a child's enthusiasm. This is how we do it, and we all parents are guilty of it. But the good news is that we parents can learn to change our way of communicating so that we can connect better with our children. How do we correct this? Expressing feeling doesn't always come easy to everyone, but we have to be mindful how you are speaking and listening to your children, because this will benefit you and your relationship. Communication is about not just about giving directions or being instructional or demanding, commanding, but it's about sharing. It's about acknowledging feelings, hopes, dreams, fears, being able to ask for help. And this is what we need to model to our children. So an example of a supportive parenting would be, if you have some ideas, Arjun, let's talk about it. I'd like to know about your point of view. I'll make the final decision, but I want to know what are your opinions, what are your thoughts. Let's take a decision together. Of course, it has to be a win-win decision. Your decision has to be final, but get the buy-in of the children. Third, never, never, never use sarcasm. Sometimes we parents all are guilty of it. We'll tell a child by, instead of praising the child or encouraging the child, we will actually sarcastically tell the child that you should have done this better. Oh, well, Ayana, well, the ketchup that's coming out of the bottle is faster than you actually going out there. So catch up fast. So we use sarcasm to tell children that they need to do things fast, but this doesn't help. How do we correct it? In many cases, we're dealing with the behavior that a child, according to his or her age, is not able to help himself, and our sarcasm is more hurtful, it's more harmful, and sarcasm will not motivate or encourage the child. We have to be supportive. We have to replace our toxic comments, our hurtful comments, with positivity, with love, with empathy, and we have to try to help the child. So I can say something like, Ayana, you seem a little unsure right now. Can I help you? Do you need some help? Let me make you understand. Fourth, keep negativity at bay. An example of toxic parenting could be telling your child, Amana, you're acting like a wicked witch right now. I can't stand you around anymore. I know life is full of disappointment, but we parents have to learn to deal with it. So how do we correct it? Parents, the emotional tone in your house is set by you. We're all exhausted and we get cranky and we get less patient with our partner and our children. That doesn't mean that we are entitled to be snappy and keep criticizing. When we are not happy and energized, that's when we get irritable. So take care of yourself. Make sure your cup is full. And even if you make a mistake and you snap or you are irritable, let your children know. Because your sparky, spunky, positive vibe is what's going to lighten up everyone. So supportive parenting example could be, even if you are in a negative frame of mind and your child is acting out, take a moment, deep breathe, empathize with your child. Do not label your child as a brat. He or she is only expressing his or her disappointment and frustration. You can let your child know that you're here for your child and you're feeling tired. Then, honey, I understand you need my attention and time right now, but I'm very tired right now. I don't have the energy. If we will model positive behaviors, our children will follow suit. So here, parents, let's all practice positive parenting and let's not be the toxic parent that we all dislike.